So, hello, beautiful people. I am back for another chat while London is at cheer practice. Um, I wanted to get on today because I am like one of the most hard-headedest people. Stubborn, once I make my mind up about something, that's just what it is. But God has a funny way of breaking that, and He's breaking that within me. So maybe somebody can relate to this video, like you're just having a hard time being obedient to what God have you to do, and you're like, I don't want to do that. Those people get on my nerves. I can't stand this one, or there's just something about them that just irritates you, or you just scared to do what telling you to do. So today I was, I don't know. I find myself like in just regularly just taking deep breaths and just being very conscious about how I'm presenting myself and how I am just being careful not to offend others and just, not being overly cautious, but in some aspects, just being more sacred with myself because after losing a parent, you start feeling like a baby fresh out of the womb. Like, you have to find your new normal. You have to figure out what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what you used to like that you don't like anymore, who you used to like and who you don't like anymore just because they don't feed your spirit and feel you anymore like they used to. Your needs change as life changes. And losing a mother, losing a father, losing a caregiver, somebody who you depended on for a lot of things will change your life. So if you haven't lost your mother, you haven't lost your dad, you haven't lost grandparents or somebody who is very close to you, um, just kind of mentally prepare yourself that things are just going to change. And it looks different for everybody. Some people get more sad, some people go off on the deep end because like I felt myself going off on the deep end, but I just like to live level, so I had to reel it back in. But obedience is one of the things that I have been working on and just making sure I'm staying on the right path because it's very easy to get on a path that doesn't represent who you were born to be. Um, and for me, like today, I was just sitting in a place and I needed something. And this is something I could have went to the Dollar General and got, or the Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, something very simple. But God was telling me in the midst of that, like, Jessica, you don't have to try to figure out everything on your own. You don't have to live life trying to maneuver through every obstacle, even if something is small, it's something you can just go to the Dollar General store and get, like something that probably equates to like a candle or something. It was something very, very small, but typically I would just be like, trying to figure it out or just suffer through it and just go without it. But God said, you know what? I'm about to show you that if you ask this specific person for this specific thing, they're going to have it. And a lot of people say, well, Jessica, how you do things out of confidence, already knowing it's going to happen. So that's been my faith. So I've been listening to like Steve Harvey, Eric Thompson, um, what's this other guy name? Um, I cannot call his name, but these are just very influential people who are just on YouTube for free. You can listen to motivate you. Les Brown is one of them. Tony Gaskins. He is just phenomenal just because he come off so real and raw for people who aren't from that background of just sophistication 24/7. I can articulate sophisticated, but my background is not cookie cutter like how it is presented here in front of this camera. So I really can relate to people who just give me information, valuable information that can change my life in a way where I can just understand it. And it's not, using all this jargon and words I can't understand, just simple tools to go on to the next step. Anyway, and I didn't write any notes down, so I'm gonna be all over the place. And I know that's cool with y'all. So, uh, God told me, they said, well, he said, when you ask this specific person for this specific thing, she's going to have it. And I was like, okay. And I really wasn't feeling it. I was being hard headed. Like, I don't go around asking people for nothing. And that's just like the superhero syndrome that me as speaking for African American women, sometimes we have that because we've seen our mothers do that, our grandparents do that, our aunties do that. Everybody around us as Black women, we're just so astronomical, just strong, and just always got it together, and always expected to have all the resources, the answers, and everything. That is so freaking exhausting. So I was just like, I had an exhausting day. That's how he was able to get me to obey. My day was very, very exhausting. I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I want to do what I need, but I can't even do it. So I just asked this person, and they had it. And it was something very simple, but sometimes you have to trust. You have to trust that God is doing a work that you can't physically see with your two eyes right now, but little things that He whisper in your spirit, and you're just like, I don't know what's telling me to go right when I know I need to go left, or I don't know what led me to Target instead of Walmart, or um, just simple stuff like I am just very paranoid about like sex trafficking. I don't know why. I just know that Black women are like high commodity, I feel like. And I'd be very paranoid about doing simple stuff like going grocery shopping, going to Walmart to pick up cleaning supplies, going to anywhere where it's just like unfamiliar territory, where it's like I don't really know how the people act around here. Not saying you can predict the future, but just being very cautious. So I'm getting out of that. And God will tell me to do simple stuff like go vacuum out your car. Get all that like sand and dust and stuff like that. Get it out your car so you can think clearly, smell good, be in a good vibe. Just try to clear some of that clutter and cobwebs and mental baggage that we ride around with, junk in our car, papers, just clean that stuff out. And it's not like I keep it crazy in here, but it just something I wanted to do. But fear was like, girl, they might kidnap you from the car wash. Just simple stuff that we tell ourselves is not true, that's hindering us from being able to mentally clear our mind to get it to a place where we can be straight and be able to like feel comfortable just as something as simple as getting in your car. It smells good in here, I feel good in here, the energy is good in here, just because I took a leap of faith and listened, was obedient, and I vacuum out my car. Now every morning I get in my car to go to work, I feel good, it smells good. London, I can tell when she gets in here the energy's clear. She's just like, hey mommy, I had a great day. Or we're able to just get back and forth where we're going and don't have to worry about all of that extra sand and stuff being in a car. So just be very obedient, because you do not have to figure out everything on your own. Today, that was the hardest thing for me, because I always got my ish together as far as just like materials or resources or contacts. Like I live a life with a little calendar, like, just so I won't have to bother others. And it keeps me mentally sane where I know how I'm going to get through steps that I have to take the next day. And that's just a good tool for parenting too. Write some stuff down, check it off so that you won't be saying, oh, I forgot to get my bath and get my body wash. And now you have to run out 9 o'clock at night to try to get something that you could have just put in your phone as a reminder to remind yourself to get it. Um, and that basically is what I wanted to share. Is just, stop trying to do everything on your own. Be obedient, even when you like, why? Because that's what I was like. I was like, why? Because that was a big no. Because I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to. It was almost like a save face moment, but it wasn't that deep to me. Um, so I just did it. I was like, oh, okay. So we cool. Everything cool. You got your point across, and it's really not even about you. It's not even about the other person or about the supply or the resource that they have. It's just he wants you to be able to trust him, to be able to follow that path that he is lighting step by step. You're not going to be able to see long term. You're only going to be able to see right here what you're supposed to be doing right now in this moment. So I think for me, if I follow those small little lighted paths that he has for me, I'll be able to get to the um, ultimate place where he wants me to arrive to be able to fulfill my purpose. So I hope this video encouraged somebody today, because I really was encouraged knowing that I don't have to figure everything out. I'm not going to be able to have all the resources that I need to survive in this world. And the faster I learn that and embrace that and not be embarrassed about having to ask for help, I feel like I'll be able to get a mental baggage off of my back. So it's getting dark out here, and we got about, I think, about 10, 15 more minutes before I get to go in and see their routine. So I'll see you all soon.